morning, everybody. Hope everybody is doing very well and getting excited for the upcoming holiday season. Have you spent all your money yet? I spent far too much on records, but we'll talk about that later. If you could like and subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So let's talk about ORG, the very best in classical reissues. ORG, specifically Original Recordings Group, and not to be confused with ORG Music, a completely different animal. With all the fuss about audiophile reissues these days, Analog Productions, Impex, Kraft, Rhino High Fidelity, DG, the original source, and the like, ORG always seems to fly under the radar. From the little information on the web, ORG was launched in the winter of 2006 with a clear mission, quote, to produce and market the highest quality vinyl records and packaging for the music industry, unquote. Although I'm talking about their classical vinyl reissues, they shipped some highly regarded essay CDs and some high-profile jazz and popular vinyl reissues, soundtracks too. Getting information about ORG is like pulling teeth. Sure, there are still online sites selling their products. Interestingly, years later, there's still some availability considering only 2,500 numbered copies were pressed per release. That said, some ORG records took a deep dive to find, a few coming sealed from Discogs at pretty high prices. Many of the online sites that advertise ORG releases of all genres are out of stock of the most popular items or awaiting repress. You know what that means. Don't hold your breath. For your favorites, it usually means a dispiriting search around eBay or Discogs. As far as I know, all the ORG vinyl releases discussed today were mastered by Bernie Grundman and pressed at RTI. Also, the releases I'll be talking about today were recut AAA on 45 RPM records. Unlike Speaker's Corner, who reissued Decca classical releases, I'll link the video I did about that below, ORG uses the London Bluebag version for their scrupulously pressed covers. As Decca and London use the same tapes, supposedly, you'll be getting Wilkie to Bernie directly. It sure sounds like it. The ORG recordings in my collection, and on their way, I've ordered a couple, are some of the best sounding and musically satisfying in the permanent collection. No ratty storage box in the garage for you. So the records I'm going to show you today were all remastered by Bernie Grundman, 2 in 2010 and 2 in 2011. I have a couple on order. The Benjamin Britten one, which was done in 2014. If you look around, you can get this at quite a reduced price. And it includes the 4C interludes from Peter Grimes with the Passacaglia. Fantastic piece. Wonderful. This is the LSO, conducted by Benjamin Britten. And also his Serenade. Not the Serenade for tenor, horn, and strings, which is one of his masterpieces. This is a vocal piece for his partner, Peter Pears, the tenor. And this is with Peter Pears. It's an amazing Decca. I'm sure the London is going to be equally wonderful, done by Bernie. And I've gone ahead and ordered the Defier because I found it, because it's the three-cornered hat from 2011. It's I'm supposed to be getting a press copy for the new Esoteric vinyl release. I mean, how many do I need of this performance? I have the Speaker's Corner, and it's one of the best Speaker's Corner. It's magnificent, but the FOMO was too much for the this famous performance, incredible recording. And so, it's amazing over the last few years how things have improved as far as remastering is concerned. Bernie's equipment is tube-based and designed in-house. The same for Kevin Gray and a lot of other guys, Chris Bellman. And it's amazing how things improve. Exactly. So a couple of suggestions, and I'll put them up on the screen. I don't have these because I have really great pressings from other companies, but the Firebird Double 45 will be incredible. It's the best performance ever, the LSO with Dorati. The Debussy Nocturnes with Ravel Mamelois, both wonderful pieces with ensemble. It'll be beautifully played. And I've never actually heard their recording, but I'm sure it's tremendous. And I'd like to hear Bernie's version of it. I'm not sure what year that they're from, but the Firebird is awaiting repress. Again, you know what that means. So let's go from back to front. From my fourth favorite, which is still an amazing one, amazing version. This is Mendelssohn's Scottish Symphony. No such thing as Scotch. I'm not sure why they use that. This is the Scottish Symphony by Mendelssohn with London Symphony Orchestra and Peter Maag. You can see the artwork is just beautiful, taken right from the London. And the blue back, let's see, inside. Not really blue, but you get the idea. It also includes the Hebrides Overture, also known as Fingal's Cave. And, getting up and down a couple of times to change the record when the sound is this good. Now, the sound is classic Bernie Grundman. And this is the same for all four of these records that I'm going to show you today. There's a way that Bernie remasters and EQs where the layering of the orchestra is so beautiful. The sound is just lovely. Now, of course, these recordings, the originals, were done in Kingsway. They're already amazing recordings. So what do you need to do? But there's something he does, and I'll talk to you about it on the last recording that I'm going to show you. There's something that happens that it just makes it absolutely magical. So I'm a big fan of Bernie's orchestral recordings, remasterings, and even from 2010, 2011. I'm sure if we did them today, they'd be even better with the equipment and the techniques they use. But these are very, very fine. You can order these now. You can still get them. I'm going to link some of the sites down below. I have no financial interest with these. You might be able to get them. There's an Australian site and a couple of European sites, and I think an American site. There are a few other ones, like I said, that I've ordered and that I'm considering. So this is a good one. Wonderful music by Mendelssohn, his Scottish Symphony. Not easy to play. Fantastic performance by the LSO and Peter Maag. Something with Peter Maag, he's a Swiss conductor, and his Mendelssohn is incredible. We've got another one coming up. Anyway, that's a lovely, lovely record. Stereophonic, London. Highly recommended. And that's the fourth best one. The third one I got, and I got it for the Daphnis shootout we did, is the magnificent Daphnis and Chloe by Ravel. Sorry about the glare. Okay, there it is again. Stereophonic is in the left-hand corner this time. And the London sign. It's a double 45. You see the London label, wideband, and some information. Anyway, that's a wonderful performance. This is the performance with Pierre Monteur and the London Symphony Orchestra, again at Kingsway, with the chorus of the Royal Opera House. Douglas Robinson's the chorus master, and it's an absolutely wonderful performance, dynamic as hell. And again, it has the Bernie's characteristics. You have these beautiful layering at the beginning, with this kind of murmurings in the orchestra, and this massive crescendo to triple F, and how you hear the violins and the cellos and the violas subdivided, and it's just magnificent. So that's a great one. And of course, the music is wonderful too. If you don't know Daphnis and Chloe, it's Ravel's greatest work. I did do a Daphnis shootout. I'll link that below. I think you should watch that. It's a lot of fun. It's a great piece of music. Frank Sinatra's favorite piece of music. Of course, I had to get this. I mean, there's this one and the three-cornered hat. They're the ones that everybody wants. That's why they're so expensive. This one cost me quite a bit of money, sealed on Discogs. This is the famous España, the famous Decca, but now here on London, full frequency stereophonic sound. There's the London sign. And this is the great LSO recording with Ataulfo Argenta, including Capriccio Español, Koskov, Andalusia by Granados, España by Chabret, which is not easy to play or conduct. It's not, the opening of España should be on every conducting exam. It's very tricky. And Spanish Dances by Moskovsky. Again, the same London. And inside, no blue hue, but you get nice notes. Highly recommended. Everyone knows that recording because it's so famous in the original Decca, of course. And I have the Speaker's Corner. It's very, very good. This is better. And finally today, the pièce de résistance, my absolutely favorite London reissue on ORG. This is the Mendelssohn Midsummer Night's Dream. Incidental music with that funky cover. I love that cover. It's just amazing. And this is the first one I bought. And I'll tell you, this is hard to beat. It is significantly better than the Speakers Corner Decca version. There's a beauty of sound that the LSO produced, and then the Decca recording. But Bernie does a very beautiful job with this recording. Mendelssohn wrote the overture when he was 17. It's fantastic. It's an amazing piece of music. The rest of the incidental music is wonderful too, with a very beautiful, incredibly difficult scherzo with a hell of a flute part in it. But then, of course, the Wedding March, which you all know, and the Nocturne with the famous horn solo. It's a beautiful piece of music. But the way the orchestra is balanced, courtesy of Mr. Marg, of course, but Bernie does a beautiful job. After the opening chords, which are very difficult to tune in the overture, and the orchestra finally comes in basically double F, with the violins leading the melody. The sound of the vinyl is so beautiful. I would rate this as one of my top 10 records in my collection. Absolutely. If you can only get one ORG and you don't want to spend that much money, this is about 250 euros on these sites that still have them. So if you can find it, but it's up there in price because of a reason. It's absolutely exceptional. A Midsummer Night's Dream, I always get that wrong. Incidental music by Mendelssohn on the Great London reissues on ORG. So that's it for today. We've got another few videos coming up, hopefully before Christmas. I hope you're getting excited for the holiday season. Hope everybody is well. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video.